It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Rachaad White. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Bucs and the Jaguars coming up next.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on their in-state rivals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick of the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork.
And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Well, the numbers for White a week ago: 20 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Again, this is White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, get a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going with White here, toss left. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Here's Lawrence to throw. On the slant, he's got Davis. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Running out of the gun with ETN. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he can get out of the backfield. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Jaguars.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Now Lawrence to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Let's face it, they want to get back into the game. These are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Play action. It's Smith sliding out of the pocket. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. Throwing now is Geno. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give running right, ETN. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Hey.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
I got him.
Lawrence going to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Two players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Smith on 1st down. Flushed out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, on turbo.
Geno out to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. To the air again, Smith. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the draw, it's White. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Third down and 1. Now Gino. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Smith. This one taken in by Otten. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Matthew Stafford, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we'll take a trip east to check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. It was a former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes, as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium, both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Smith. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. An even 50 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the toss, here's White. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always. See an injury, especially this. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Hey, on turbo, on turbo.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Screen play. Here's ETN.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They'll run with ETN.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Jaguar first down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On the counter, ETN. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. McLaughlin now to kick this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll start on the ground. ETN
busts through the tackle. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
On second down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Jaguars.
From midfield now, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. ETN bringing in another one. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14.
It's a gain of 20. And the Jaguar first down.
Straight ahead, ETN. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 36. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
13 next. Clock runner.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
first down. Here's White. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 103 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Smith keeps it on the sneak, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Bucs, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Back on my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me. Mine. Keep with a rip. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a dip. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. They try to read when I drive with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, go timeouts. Change them quick, they signed out. Tryna hear my line now. Thinking I'm come find out 1v1, you dust like a wideout. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass your tryouts.